Good evening, everyone, and welcome for today's discussion on a highly contested issue, which is the Willow Project. So, for introduction, the Willow Project is a controversial oil drilling project situated within the National Petroleum Reserve Alaska (NPRA) on Alaska's North Slope. So, ConocoPhillips, which is an oil and gas company, is spearheading this project. So, the project aims to extract oil from this vast reserve. So, here's why the project has sparked heated debate. First, the project is to extract oil from the NPRA, and the location is sits entirely on wetlands on the Arctic coastal plain, which is close to the Arctic Ocean. And the impacts is that the supporters claim the project will create jobs and generate income for the government. So, you know, opponents argue it will severely harm the environment, damage wildlife habitats, and crucial for various species and contribute to climate change. So, the current status for this Willow project is that it received final approval. It's almost final from the US government in March last year, 2023, and despite objections from environmental groups. So, however, legal challenges are ongoing. And today, we aim to understand how we can effectively stop this project. So, we are joined by esteemed climate activist, Mr. Solayman. So, my name is Alya, and I'm a group member of Group 7 for Environmental Economics. And I will be interviewing and having discussion with Mr. Sulaiman to explore the potential solutions. So, without further ado, let's jump in. And my first question will be is that, Mr. Sulaiman, so the Willow Project has garnered significant opposition due to its environmental impact. So what are the most critical steps we can take to halt this project entirely? So, Mr. Sulaiman.
Yes. Thank you. As you mentioned that this project is already almost approved by the US government. So this is a highly valuable and financial interact project, as I know from their website. And nowadays, to stop this project is very crucial, very almost is quite impossible. So it is there is a huge financial issue is here. So at the same time, the legal challenges are also crucial that are ongoing, but I don't think so that the opponent party that they can hold this project can win this project because the government wants this project. So there is a huge scope of this project. So I think they will continue this project. But in the meantime, as a climate activist or environmental scientist or environmentalist or as a environmental volunteer, we can say to we will suggest some effective mitigation measures that can reduce the environmental impact as well as actually particularly at the same time we have to consider the financial issues or economic value of this project and the environmental impact. So our target is to be the whatever we can reduce the impacts that will be better for our environment. Okay, for this, except legal causes, we can find we have to conduct a detailed EIA environmental impact assessment, and according to this assessment, we have to follow whatever the mitigation measures we will take care. And for this project particularly, it is totally in aquatic environmental because here is marine source, marine aquatic environment will be hampered or will be imbalanced for this project because here this is this impact if some of this oil or during the construction or during the extraction of this oil there might be some leakage. So how we control, how the contractor and the particular responsible person they will control these issues during the extraction of this oil from the oil field. So that in addition we can include the physical, actually natural and biological and some socio-economical aspects we have to discuss about this matter because some of the different kind of stakeholders are involved in this project. So we have to conduct the participants that are related to, that are directly related to this project. So I hope you understand. For this you can proceed the next.
All right, understood. But as far as I know, the legal battles can be like time consuming. So,
Yes.
is there any other actions that we can take in the meantime? Because it's a long term project. I mean, a long term curb.
Okay. For in that case, some we are experienced some from different countries that if any of this kind of project that can be highly destructive for our environment as or our socio-economical status or something like this situation that people can raise their voice against this by making human chain or making awareness themselves, and they can pressure on the government that for this particular project we will be benefited by financially, but when we consider about our environment or about our living organism or our surrounding environment or our sometimes is the livelihood livelihood can be hampered for this project, because for this project, the particular area, there will be no fish as well, and
Mm-hmm.
some surrounding people should be relocate from this project. So that should be considered, and from among the considering these all of issues, people can raise their voice and to create a pressure on the government that they can not only stop, but also they have to more conscious about this project, that people are aware of this project. Actually the main stakeholder that are directly related, the primary stakeholder that who are related, directly related, they can raise their voice, and with them all of these nationalists of this particular area, they can raise their voice. That can be a alternative pressure for the government, as well as the contractor or whoever the company they are extracting this oil from this oil field. That can be an option.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good point. All right, so I think that you're saying is that the public pressure is very important for this one, and targeting the project's financial backing could be another strategy. So, Mr. Sulaiman, is there any specific financial institution that involved that we can hold accountable?
Yes, financial institution like bank or other inventors, they can pressure on this project. Not only sometimes, if first one issue, that if government wants this project, then it will going on. It will be a continuous process. But no one, nothing, no step can be stop this project. But the particular person or the particular investor or the financial institution, they have their own strategy when they invest for any project or something like this. They have their sustainability wing for their own
Mm-hmm.
company, like bank or other investor financial institute. They
Mm-hmm.
have to restrict about this issue, that they have actually they has a actually a level or a scale, that up to this position we will invest, and when is exit our environmental impact will be exit from this level. They have their own criteria, like you know that IFC, International Finance Corporation, they have their own standard for different project. And some of these large investor and the large financial company, they have their own standard that need to be that will be to be considered. And as well as the World Bank, they have also their own standard for environmental issues, environmental law, and environmental management, or ESG, environmental, social, and governance issue, different issue. They have their own standard for the quality maintenance during this construction or during this type of oil extraction process. So they can enforce for by their level, by their end, that for this particular area we are allowed for invest you. If you cross this level, then we will not allow, that we will stop this fund. Then
Mm-hmm.
they will face a trouble. Then they must follow their instruction. That can be an option.
I see. So a combination of the legal action, the public pressure, and targeting the financial resources could significantly hinder the project. Okay. So this will be my last question. We learned that this project continues as the politicians or the government as they wish. So and nothing can be stopped, even though we have voiced out and we sign petitions to stop this and other things. So if Mr. Sulaiman, you have the power. So, and as a perspective from a climate activist yourself, so how do you think that we can effectively stop this Willow Project, in your opinion?
Actually, this Willow Project is a one kind of hidden treasure for the government of USA, as
Mm-mm.
I think. So they will continue this project as any cost, because there is a huge financial issue is here. Okay, so in that case, as climate activist, we have to suggest them that to make a cost benefit analysis. Here must be the benefit will be higher according to the cost benefit analysis. That cost will be the project cost, and also to the how to say, mm, there are actually, sorry to
Okay, take your time.
this okay, no problem. Here two issues is, one is the project cost, and another one is the resettlement or something like this. They are particularly for other um, items that can be enhanced this project. So in this section, we as a environment and climate activist, we can suggest that as possible, as much as possible, we can reduce the impact of especially for aquatic environment. There should be some aquatic specialists that can be, they can suggest for this particular project, that this area need to be covered, and for this for damage you have to ensure this same or more than these losses, you have to regenerate or reproduce, for you have to invest another place. So at the same time you will damage here, at the same time you will invest some other words. Some, for example, if someone cut the trees for a particular project, that need to be plant more trees another place, that can be covered this this damage or these losses. So they can contribute, or they can ensure this type of damage. Mm, uh, and another thing is actually all about depends on the what is the outcomes of the environmental impact assessment report or environmental and social impact assessment report that should be considered, that should be ensured with most priority. Okay, so in conclusion, in summary, that I will suggest that this kind of big project will continue. And from the history, we know that this type of big project never stopped. So we can reserve voice for a future in future that this kind of project must help for our financial or economic investment. But at the same time, we have to consider the social sustainability or environmental sustainability, or the particular area that can be endangered, or some area can be endangered or declared as endangered. That area should be protected, particular area for our environment, for better environment. For we are nowadays presently we are facing this kind of problem, that from this project about 2,600 ton carbon can be emitted for this, if I'm not mistaken, just 260 million metric ton of carbon pollution can happen from this project. So it's huge. So this type of for this carbon generate, you have to plant more trees other place surrounding the coast or something like that. Then you have to pay or compensation for this damage. That is the most issue. You will do environmental damage or environmental you will be responsible for climate change, but at the same time you have to pay for this. Okay,
Mhm.
this is the conclusion for my side.
I see. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sulaiman. So, to conclude, from my opinion, from my perspective, that I heard from you, it means that whatever damage they have done, they have to compensate back. And if they don't, then we can maybe do a report, like we can sue the company, the ConocoPhillips, especially.
Yes,
Is
especially the
it?
contractor, because they are
Mm-mm,
all are responsible for contractor. Even though who will conduct the ISHA report, or means environmental and social impact report, they will highlight this issue. I think they will
mm-mm,
be the environmentalist or environmental scientist, or from different sector. They will conduct the ISHA report. Okay, so they will mention this particular issue, that you have to bound to follow this restriction. Okay, if you do not follow this restriction, then you have to pay for this, or this project will be stopped for a certain period until you meet the requirements according to the EIA or ISHA report. So that should be enforced. So in addition, by the legal action, we can conclude that if we fail to stop this project, but at the same time the contractor or the authority, they have to maintain this issue. We have some recommendation that according to the EIA report. So in EIA report, there will be all issue will be particularly suggested, and what will be the impact, and what is the tentative or expected mitigation measure for this particular problem. So from this, they have to maintain this issue. So then can be a good solution, or can be a good project. Always we have to find the alternative. So here we invest, we damage maybe 5 ringgit, then we have to compensate for 6 ringgit, or not less than 5 ringgit, or we have to compensate it 6, 7, or 8 ringgit, like this. That could be a good negotiation with this type of contractor, or this type of situation, this type of project. Just the win-win situation. We will
mm-mm.
not damage our environment, at the same time we will not lose our economy, or like this.
I see. All
Both
right.
parties, both
Mm,
parties should be as a horizontal situation, not up
mm.
down. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay. Now, all right. I think that sums up for our discussion today. And this discussion, it really empowers, everyone to get involved, especially we are spreading this awareness in social media. So all the followers in Instagram. So let's remember, even small actions like voicing out and
Yes.
collectively can create significant impact. So all right, I would like to say thank you so much, Mr. Sulaiman, for this very great discussion. And um, uh, I think that's all for now.
Yes, I think that's all. And, and,
uh,
and another issue, and
mm,
another issue I have to add, that
mm,
every country they has their own standard for environmental quality ensuring. In Malaysia, you have also, I have read this. In Bangladesh, we have also Environmental Conservation Act and rules. And in Malaysia,
mm,
they have Environmental Monitoring Act,
mm,
Environmental Monitoring Act. That where all of this issue is considered, like air, water, noise, and soil condition. What is the standard level to release this kind of project output? Okay, so this national standard and the international standard by IFC or World Bank, that need to be ensured, that not exceed
mm,
this kind of level. For air pollution, or for water, whatever,
mm.
soil, noise, same. All should be considered.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity.